Great to connect with you guys through the I Love CVille Network, live in our studio in our building, the Macklin Building in downtown Charlottesville. And goodness gracious, do we have a great show lined up for you. We have a new business that is replacing Moose's by the Creek, has replaced Moose's by the Creek. And this new business is the 180-degree antithesis of Moose's by the Creek. Dirty Aces, ladies and gentlemen, has now debuted in the city of Charlottesville. And goodness gracious, I want to show you the signage that is on their storefront. It's a bar and grill. Do we have that signage, Judah? Can we whet their appetite? Give them a tease. Are those bikini-clad women on the signage of Dirty Aces?
They certainly are.
Is it on screen now?
Yep.
Look at the screen, viewers and listeners. Look at screen, viewers and listeners. Bikini-clad women on the signage of the new business that has replaced Moose's by the Creek, Dirty Aces. We're going to talk about that today. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to ask you this question. What is the most risque business in Charlottesville and Albemarle County? What's another name for risque? Is that the best description of what I'm kind of looking for as a talking point? Ballsy,
yeah,
risque, right?
Yeah, I don't know that there's a better word for it than risque.
Okay. Judah Wickower holding me. Risque business in Charlottesville and Albemarle County. What is the most risque business? Is it now Dirty Aces? Bikini-clad women on the signage. We will take a look at Dirty Aces Bar and Grill. It's an LLC of the Virginia Domestic Limited Liability Company variety. It was filed, according to documents, on the 30th of April, 2025. So frankly, just a couple of months ago. The registered agent for this company is Jeanette Loving Sill, who is based out of Cumberland, Virginia. And the company's principal address is 1710 Monticello Road. There's some chitter-chatter and scuttlebutt on Reddit that Dirty Aces is a sister company to Aces Towing. I cannot confirm nor deny, but the Charlottesville subreddit is claiming, some folks on the subreddit, that Dirty Aces, this bikini-clad signage business, is a sister company to Aces Towing. We're going to have that conversation on today's show. A lot we're going to cover on the program, including something from the desk of Conan Owen, the owner of Sir Speedy Central Virginia. Let's give Sir Speedy some love. If you have a logo, Sir Speedy of Central Virginia can do something with it. Anything you need with a logo application-wise, Sir Speedy can execute. That could include direct mail. That can include the step and repeat banner that's directly behind me. T-shirts, signage, decals, window decals. Sir Speedy, you have a logo. They can help you scale it and apply it to some kind of branding mechanism. And Conan Owen is as in touch as anyone I know in the business community. He sends me this little juicy tidbit. The University of Virginia is hosting a student-athlete job fair. And at this job fair, potential employers in Charlottesville, in Albemarle County, and across Central Virginia can go to this job fair and meet student-athletes, Judah, and hire them from an internship standpoint, a part-time standpoint, for a compensated job. This job fair has a gatekeeper's tax, and that gatekeeper's tax is $500. So UVA is saying, we're going to gatekeep our student-athletes, and if you, the business owner in Charlottesville, Albemarle County, or Central Virginia, wants an opportunity to hire, to offer a job, an internship to one of our student athletes, you will pay us, the University of Virginia, us, our $14 billion endowment, a $500 gatekeeper's tax. I find that lacking in significant taste.
No doubt.
I will ask Judah that question, and you, the viewer and listener, is a $500 gatekeeper's tax, bouncer's tax, for the opportunity to meet and greet student athletes. Kosher or lacking in poor form. A lot we're going to cover on the program. I'm going to ask you about the University Board of Visitors and why have they not met since Jim Ryan has resigned. Someone help me understand this. Jim Ryan has resigned. Mm-hmm. The provost position, number 2 in charge, is currently empty, Judah.
Yep.
The CEO of UVA Health resigned a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. The dean of the medical school has taken another job in Texas. The head of the hospital has taken another job in San Francisco. Yeah. 5 of the most important positions at the University of Virginia, the president, the provost, 3 of the top positions, if not the top position at UVA Health, the number 1 revenue generator for the University of Virginia in totality is UVA Health. And their 3 top positions are currently vacant. Yet, the Glenn Youngkin appointed UVA Board of Visitors has yet to have an in-person meeting. Make it make sense. Glenn Youngkin is on his way out of office. Spanberger is about to win the governor's mansion, and it's going to be by a landslide. Mark it down, folks. The Democrats are going to win in convincing fashion in November, whether you want to hear that or not. I'm just reading the political tea leaves correctly. And yet, Youngkin's Board of Visitors have yet to have an emergency meeting. We'll talk about that on today's show. We'll have a conversation about the Albemarle County GIS up and running again. Thank God, I was missing the GIS, and I cannot wait to have this conversation. What is the most risque business in Central Virginia now that Dirty Aces is open? A bikini-clad sign on the front of the building, the replacement to Moose's by the Creek, the family diner where children, their parents, their grandparents took selfies and photos with antler ears above their head. Now you go to Dirty Aces and you can take selfies and photos with bikini-clad women. What a day to be alive in Charleston, Virginia. Judah Wickhauer, 2-shot. Studio camera and 2-shot. I ask you, my friend, 15 years, a key team member of our family here at the Miller Organization. Which headline, Judah Wickhauer, most intrigues you today, and why, my friend?
Well, I think I got to go with Dirty Aces. I mean, it's just so provocative.
So crazy.
This is Charlottesville.
So crazy.
Of all the places to open a place called Dirty Aces Bar and Grill.
Dirty Aces. I have always thought, and you guys, by watching the program, probably know I don't mind living my life in a little PG-13 fashion in that gray area between PG-13 and rated R. I will say I'm much more PG-13 as a married man and father of 2 now than rated R, which I was very much before I met my fantastic wife. We've been together 10 years now. I've said for many of the 25 years that I've lived in Charlottesville and Albemarle County, came here as a student at the University of Virginia my first year in 2000. I've said for many of those 25 years that a gentleman's club, a strip club, would absolutely crush it in Central Virginia. And I said the location for the strip club that would work best, it's not going to happen in the city of Charlottesville. I don't think the city would allow it. I don't think Albemarle County would allow it. But Louisa County, Spring Creek, Zion's Crossroads area, where you have the Lowe's, the Walmart, that area, just 15 minutes from the epicenter of student life, the epicenter of nightlife, Charlottesville. That's the spot where a strip club, gentleman's club, could work. There's parking, there's building space, and it's off of Interstate 64 and close to everything. I've thought whoever launched that concept business-wise in Central Virginia would mint money, be a multi-millionaire. It's never materialized so far. The closest we've gotten, I believe, outside of the rumor mill, was it the Juicy Crab, that seafood place on Route 29, the Juicy Red Crab that's since closed. There was rumor mill that after hours, the Juicy Red Crab was turning into some kind of gentleman's club, naked bodies, nightlife situation after hours, but it marketed itself as a seafood joint. It has since closed, by the way.
Yeah.
There was rumor mill back in the day, and when I got here in 2000, Trax, the nightclub, Dave Matthews played at Trax, Agents of Good Roots I saw there, a lot of big-time acts. When I got here in 2000, I went to Trax 2 or 3 times. Tracks has since been torn down. It was a
been there a few
nightclub
times.
off West Main Street. You went a few times? It was just a dingy, hole-in-the-wall nightclub. You're packed in there like sardines, fantastic acoustics, awesome ticket prices. You can get in for like $5 and see phenomenal musicians.
Yeah.
Tracks, the rumor mill back in the day, after hours, it was rumored to be a place where men could pay to see a sordid affair. We now have a business openly with signage, put it back on screen, marketing and branding bikini-clad women, and I have no problem with that. I am of the mindset that anyone who opens a business in Charlottesville and Albemarle County, if they do it the right way, I will support them and give them the benefit of the doubt. I am not like Reddit that is immediately trying to tear down new ideas. I hope the 19-year-old that's doing the gym on the downtown mall, Uplift, I hope he crushes it because it's going to be good for the downtown mall. I hope Uplift and that 19-year-old crushes it. I hope Dirty Aces crushes it. I hope all the businesses that launch crush it. I don't care what your politics are. I don't care how you vote. I don't care what your religion are. I don't care who you choose to marry, who you choose to not marry, who you choose to sleep with. If you're doing it above board, I'm going to support you with your entrepreneurial endeavor. That's my mindset.
Yeah.
I am going to have the conversation, however, on the program with my friend Judah Wickhauer. Dirty Aces, is this now officially the most risque business in Central Virginia?
I think so.
Find me one viewers and listeners that's more risque than this. We'll talk about that today. We're going to talk University of Virginia here in a matter of moments. I want to give love to Charlottesville Sanitary Supply, 61 years in business. I'm going to see John Vermillion tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. I love the Vermillion family, John and Andrew. 61 years, they've proudly served Charlottesville, Albemarle County, and Central Virginia. Their location on High Street, online at charlottesvillesanitarysupply.com. Charlottesville Sanitary Supply, their pool cleaning materials and goods are keeping our family swimming pool crystal clear blue. Sanitary supply needs, pool cleaning needs, water cleaning needs. If you need mechanical work with your vacuum, your robot for your pool that cleans the bottom of the pool, fixed or repaired, they have a mechanic in sight. Charlottesville Sanitary Supply, guys, 61 years of doing business. Support the businesses that you want to see make it another 61 years. I think the topic we should all have on the tip of our tongue, Judah, as we two-shot and conversate here, my friend, is explain to me why the University of Virginia Board of Visitors has yet to call an in-person emergency meeting since Jim Ryan's resignation, Judah Wickhauer. This is a BOV that is being ambushed left and right, attacked in the media, attacked by students, attacked by faculty, attacked by the Cavalier Daily, the student newspaper, put under the microscope by yours truly, by you. What is going on with the BOV? Where do you want to begin?
I'm not even sure where to begin. You're right. Why haven't they announced a meeting to discuss any one, if not all, of the hires they need to make? They've had a vote of no confidence from the UVA Senate. They've had there's a resolution out from the student student council saying that they want to put 5 people on whatever committee is gonna look for a new president, and they want to be kept in the loop on what's going on. Obviously, they can't command the UVA Student Council, can't command the Board of Visitors, but it is pretty wild that everyone is active except the Board of Visitors.
It's insane what's happening here. You don't have a president. You don't have a school president.
They've got. I think they have someone acting as president.
Acting.
Yeah.
J.J. Wagner Davis. You don't have a provost. Mm-hmm. You don't have a president, number 1. You don't have a provost, number 2. With your revenue generating, your profit center is UVA Health. Without the UVA health system, there would be no University of Virginia, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have a CEO, Craig Kent. You don't have a dean of your medical school, Dr. Kibbe. She took a job in Houston, Texas. You don't have a head of your hospital. Is it Wendy Horton? Dr. Horton? She took a job in San Francisco. You can make a legitimate argument. 5 of your most important 7 or 8 positions at the University of Virginia are currently vacant.
Yeah.
5 of your most important 7 or 8 positions in all of UVA currently do not have an employee permanently manning the helm. And the Board of Visitors at the University of Virginia has yet to have an in-person meeting. That boggles my mind. Why it especially boggles my mind is because this Board of Visitors has, 10 days in July, then August, September, October, November, and December. August, September, October, November, and December. 5 months and 10 days before the writing on the wall suggests a clean sweep of Democrats in this November election, and every board member that's actively serving UVA on the BOV potentially in a crossfire of scrutiny by a new Democratic regime in the Commonwealth.
No doubt.
If Youngkin was minding his P's and Q's, and if Youngkin was on his A game, and the final 5 months and change of his term as governor, he would be instructing the BOV to make a hire immediately on some of these 5 key positions, if not all of them.
Yeah.
Because as soon as Youngkin is out and Spanberger is in, this BOV may look completely different. If Youngkin can fire his own appointee, Bert Ellis, for malfeasance, malpractice, Spanberger most certainly can do similar changes.
Especially with the precedents of no confidence vote from the
faculty, the Senate, from students, and the Cavalier Daily. Never have you seen the Board of Visitors more vulnerable than it is right now. One of the most esteemed and prestigious boards in the Commonwealth. Never have I seen it more vulnerable than it is right now. What is going on? What is going on here?
No idea.
Does Youngkin know? Does the board know? And you know what? If you're power players behind the scenes at UVA and you are pro Jim Ryan, you want this to drag out as long as possible.
Yeah.
Because you saw what Youngkin has done to UVA. Unbelievable. Next headline, what do you got, Judah Wickower?
Oh, let's see. Do we want to ask the question before we move on? How many of the 5 vacancies will the BOV fill? Do we think they'll fill any?
I'll ask you, you give me your answer. John Blair, Neil Williamson, Deep Throat, print, radio, and television that's watching the show, George Gilmer, anyone that's watching the show. How many of the 5 vacancies will the Board of Visitors fill in 2025, before the end of this year? Do you think the president's position is filled?
They might have a tough time. I know you think that any of these spots would be highly coveted, and people would jump at the chance, even if just to use it as a stepping off point for another position somewhere else. But at this point, with everything that's gone on with UVA, with the president on down to UVA Health, it may be a tough sell to get people into these positions, I think.
Do you hire a provost number 2 in charge before you hire a president? Probably not. You probably hire the president and help the president and allow the president to pick his number 2 or her number 2, right? Yeah. Do you hire a dean of a medical school or the head of the hospital before you hire the CEO of UVA Health, the system in totality? Probably not. The CEO of UVA Health, Craig Kent, brought his own C-suite with him.
Yeah.
And that's in large part why we've had attrition with Kibbe and Horton. Will they hire a CEO of UVA Health and a president of the school before 2025 expires? I don't know. I don't know. Time will tell. Next headline. Is it Dirty Aces?
Yes.
Put it on screen. Neil Williamson just shared the Facebook post, the Facebook page for Dirty Aces.
Ooh.
Dirty Aces is officially on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Soon to be the hottest spot in CVille. You know what? I'm gonna like one of their posts. Oh, it's goodness gracious! Whoever launched the Dirty Aces Facebook page, you did it as a human page instead of as a business page where you have to like.
Oh, what a surprise!
I would consider resetting this up, Dirty Aces ownership team, and do this as a business page where people can like and follow you instead of a friend page that has a capacity of 5,000 friends you can accept. Just a piece of branding suggestion. Dirty Aces, I'm being told ownership is watching the program. There's 14 people that have liked Dirty Aces on Facebook. There's 14 of them. And goodness gracious, the sexual innuendo is pretty heavy here on this Facebook page and its branding. What do you make of Dirty Aces, the replacement for Moose's by the Creek, Judah Wickhauer?
I mean, is this someone's vanity project?
I don't know.
It's
does BAR have to approve signage? The Board of Architectural Review. Does BAR approve signage here? Is this hogwaller? Is this what you guys would call hogwaller? Viewers and listeners, is this hogwaller? Did this signage get approved? I'm not trying to throw shade. I wish them nothing but success and luck.
It's a good question. I kind of find it hard to believe that that would get passed.
Put the photo on screen for the signage. Jason Noble says, I would take Dirty Aces over the drag shows we've seen around town. There's been drag brunches. I have no shade, no problem with drag shows.
I don't either.
South and Central used to do a drag brunch. There were drag brunches all over town. I have no problem with drag shows. But he's saying drag shows are in that risque category. Georgia Gilmer confirms it's hogwaller. Her photo on screen. Jason Gilmer's photo on screen. Or Jason Noble's photo on screen. What is the most risque business in Charlottesville and Central Virginia, viewers and listeners? John Blair's photo on screen. I started the program by saying this. I've been here 25 years, and for most of those 25 years, I have said whatever business owner, whatever entrepreneur launches a gentleman's club, a strip club, somewhere in Central Virginia is going to stack paper and mint money. And where you should put that gentleman's club is Spring Creek, guys, the Zion's Crossroads exit. That Walmart, Lowe's, Office Park area is perfect for a gentleman's club. And I guarantee you Louisa would be receptive to this because they're pro-business. Charlottesville and Albemarle County would not. That's where you would put it. John Blair says this, his photo on screen. I can tell you this, Jerry, with 100% certainty, excuse me for dropping my phone there, with 100% certainty, John Blair says, in 2003 and 2004, there was a local restaurateur who actually was raising capital for a gentleman's club in Charlottesville. There were unofficial channels from the city that it would never happen in Charlottesville. Also, did you know that before it got redeveloped, there was a house of ill repute on Elleywood? I did not know that.
Wow.
John Blair, clarification. Unofficial communication channels in City Hall that suggested the Gentleman's Club would never be allowed to happen in Charlottesville City.
I'm not surprised.
I don't think it would happen in Charlottesville City. I don't think it would happen in Albemarle County. Louisa County is where a Gentleman's Club would happen. And it's close enough to students and its proximity to Interstate 64 that it would crush it, ladies and gentlemen. There are multiple ones in Richmond. Mm-hmm. Multiple ones. The Velvet Rope, the Paper Moon, I've been to both. There's multiple ones in Richmond. And they mint money, ladies and gentlemen. I got comments coming in left and right. This is from someone who's asking for anonymity. Dirty Aces, someone who's asking for anonymity, is run by Jamie Morris, who also runs Aces Towing.
Oof.
The Charlottesville subreddit, put the photo back on screen, is also making the ties with Dirty Aces and Aces Towing. It's a curious co-branding strategy to co-brand a hospitality-based business, which is what food and beverage is, with arguably the least hospitality-based business towing your car.
And a generally despised...
No, I don't want to throw shade.
Okay.
The reputation of all towing companies is generally one of unfriendliness. But to the towing companies...
One could almost call it ill repute.
To the towing companies' point, their job is to tow vehicles that are illegally parked.
Yeah.
And oftentimes they're doing that on behalf of business owners or real estate owners to help protect the value of their investment or to help protect the value of the businesses that are leasing from them that need the parking space.
Yeah.
I agree with you that not all towing companies are of the same integrity and honor. There's many shades of gray in towing.
No doubt.
I do find it curious. I think it's fair to say this, and I'm not speaking out of turn. Co-branding a bar and grill with your towing company is a curious strategy to me.
Very curious.
Do you say this is the most risque business in Charlottesville, Albemarle County? I have one other suggestion besides Ultimate Bliss, the porn shop by Best Buy. What do you think is the most risque business? Viewers and listeners, what is the most risque business in Charlottesville and Albemarle County? Judah, your thought.
I say potentially, especially if they somehow manage to get that formed into the shape of a big sign standing out in front of the bar and grill, instead of just a banner that they have, I don't know, nailed or roped to the brick. Other than that, there's nothing else I can really think of, but I'm eager to hear what you have to say.
There was a place on Harris Street. James Watson, can you help me with this? I believe James Watson is watching the program. There's a place on Harris Street that offered after-hours enjoyment to the tune of those slot machines that were kind of called skill games.
Oh, yeah.
And you could also drink and smoke. I've been told actually you could even smoke marijuana in it. I forget what it's called. It's like literally on Harris Street. It was an after-hours club. There was a couple of shootings there.
Huh.
There was some violence there. Anyone remember the name of this? The signage, I think, is still up.
How recent was this?
This was very recent. This was something that had significant traction during COVID and the pandemic. Okay. And then it ran into some trouble with some crime outside this establishment. It had slot machines. I think smoke is in the name in some capacity. Any viewer and listener can help me with that name. Put it in the comment section. That would mean the absolute world to me if you guys remember the name of what it was called. That one was one that was very much in the grayish area of business operation and has since closed. Ultimate Bliss has been around forever.
Yeah.
I mean, Ultimate Bliss, I think Ultimate Bliss has been around for more than 20 years, guys. I think we're approaching the 25-year anniversary of Ultimate Bliss. That's the porn shop next to Best Buy.
Wicked Hits?
Yes, that's the one.
Games?
What's it called?
Wicked Hits Smoking Games.
Wicked Hits Smoking Games. It has since closed. That's the one. Judah, you found it? Well done, Judah.
I found it on the CVillepedia.
Wicked Hits Smoking Games on Harris Street, right?
It was looks like it was connected with Legacy Fuel.
That's 100% right. Wicked Hits Smoking Games, its entire business model was the foundation and the base of the business model was the skill games, which were basically the slot machines.
Yeah.
And when those skill games, those slot machines were made illegal, it did not have a business anymore. Yeah. And those slot machines were operating in an after-hours capacity. and there was very loose rules or loose regulations or loose oversight or policing with some of the other activities that were happening at this particular establishment. That one right there, I would say, perhaps the most risque of any of the businesses that have operated in Central Virginia. Can anyone else give me another one? Neil Williamson offers this. Neil, I'm going to ask you a question. We're going to learn from you, Neil Williamson, the president of the Free Enterprise Forum. He says, per the Supreme Court, signage cannot be regulated for content. That's a Gilbert decision. He said, per the Supreme Court, Gilbert decision, signage cannot be regulated for content. Thank you. I trust you with that, Neil. I'm going to ask you this question, Neil Williamson. The content cannot be regulated, but the size and the color of the sign can, right?
That's crazy.
Isn't that why there's not a Olive Garden or a Crackle Barrel rumored in Albemarle County? And another question I have for you, Neil.
Would their signs really be that egregious?
Albemarle County, I've heard scuttlebutt is these Fortune 50 and Fortune 100 companies has such strict signage regulation that some of these businesses are choosing not to come. John Blair can help us with this, to Albemarle County to operate. It was long rumored Home Depot, so something must have been figured out with that. Another question I have for John and Neil is the downtown district, and I believe I know this answer, the downtown district, it's different, right? So the signage regulations in downtown Charlottesville are more stringent or significant. Is that because it falls under BAR purview? I'd like to learn from you guys on that. Why are the signage regulations in downtown? It's because it's a historic district, is that why? Because it's pretty strict down here.
No doubt.
Ginny who? My friend used to live in the apartments behind Moose's, and he always called it Hogwaller Heights. Thank you, Ginny. She also says, Ginny who, the perception of the prestige of a UVA degree is already declining. Charging businesses to meet your students isn't going to help with that. We'll get to that topic in a matter of moments, as they're now a gatekeeper tax that UVA is imposing on small business owners. Conan Owen put this on our radar for an opportunity for an employer to go to a job fair with student athletes. I think that is extremely distasteful.
That's wild.
That is absolutely wild. I mean, it diminishes the upside for the athlete.
Yeah.
And the athlete has NIL earning potential and is on a scholarship here.
I would say it hurts the athletes more than anyone else.
And to nickel and dime small business owners that are just trying to survive? Vanessa Parkhill says, Judah, now, towing companies also help us when our car breaks down.
They certainly do. I'm not saying they don't. But there have been several anecdotes about the local towing companies and people getting unfairly towed, even from their own property.
I've heard it. Olivia Branch, her photo on screen. She says, I was a late night girl, and I never heard of some of that stuff at Max's or Trax's. Olivia, as someone who was a late night guy, lived the late night life in Charlottesville for yours truly, I would say, until I met my wife. So 15, 16 years of 4 a.m.s, 4:30 a.m.s, 5 or 6 nights a week. Easily, I'd say, 5 nights a week. Know firsthand those late nights at Trax. And if you recall, viewers and listeners, and you can find this online with a Google search, there were 2 police officers, city police officers, this was about 20 years ago, roughly, give or take, that got popped on duty. They were on duty in uniform at Traxxas, after hours, late night, drinking and fraternizing with no-clothed or scantily clothed creatures of the night, sirens of the night, while on shift in uniform. And the media found out about it. They got in trouble with the law. I was working for the Daily Progress at the time, and that was front page fodder for us at the Daily Progress. That's when Reed Williams was the police reporter over there. Jenny Rector was the city editor. Josh Barney was on was on the copy desk. Lou Hatter, who's a spokesman for VDOT now, was the managing editor at the time. Lawrence McConnell, the publisher at the Daily Progress when I worked there, Lawrence McConnell, drove a Porsche 911 to and from work. You talk about being out of touch with the $10 an hour employees of the Daily Progress. Yours truly, first job out of college, $10 an hour. The publisher shows up when we're scraping by, like literally living on ramen as staff writers, and he pulls up in a fully loaded Porsche 911, like a $150,000 Porsche. But if you go into the archive, the media archive, I remember this distinctly, 2 police officers on shift, on the clock, in uniform, at tracks, after hours, drinking and fraternizing with Sirens of the Night, scantily clothed Sirens of the Night.
Crazy.
Viewers and listeners, let us know your thoughts. We'll relay them live on air. John Blair, thank you, John. I learned from John. His photo back on screen. He's earned this. You are correct about the downtown signage regulation and bar, Jerry. As to Crackle Barrel, what I have heard is this, though it is years ago. If they locate near an interstate exit, they have to have a certain height on the sign per corporate. I think that is why there's been an issue with Albemarle and Crackle Barrel. I've heard the same thing. I heard that Crackle Barrel wanted the exit 120, the 5th Street exit, because of its proximity to the interstate. And Crackle Barrel Corporate insists that the sign is seen from I-64, from all interstates. That's why Crackle Barrel, you see the really tall signs that you can see while driving on major thoroughways, interstates, and Albemarle County would not allow it. There was rumor mill about an Olive Garden and a Home Depot as well. Neil Williamson. Oh, Neil Williamson's making the show better. I love Neil Williamson, president of the Free Enterprise Forum. For what it's worth, Ultimate Bliss was founded in 2003, according to the internet. By the way, Lou Hatter is retired from VDOT. I didn't know that. I didn't know that about Ultimate Bliss, founded in 2003. Goodness gracious, Ultimate Bliss is 22 years old.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Porn Shop of Charlottesville, 22 years old.
You're old enough to drink.
Good job, Porn Shop of Charlottesville. And 22 years old, for you to make it 22 years of the porn business, you have innovated. Because 22 years ago, it was DVDs that were driving a lot of their sales.
I'm sure.
Now, that's not the case.
No.
You're not watching your skin flicks on DVDs. So they've innovated. Okay? So 22 years for Ultimate Bliss, ladies and gentlemen. Neil Williamson to John Blair, Crackle Barrel was told their trademark front porch would not be approved by Albemarle County. So, John, that's some intel from Neil Williamson. Their trademark front porch would not be approved by Albemarle County.
Not even the signage that stopped them, but the
I think it's also the signage, though. I heard the same thing with John. That was something that was around the newsroom, scuttlebutt around the newsroom when I was working for the Daily Progress. And he says, Lou Hatter, my boss at the Daily Progress at one time, the managing editor before McGregor McCants. McGregor McCants was hired to replace Lou Hatter. McGregor McCants, who is now in communications department for UVA. Oftentimes when you see releases from UVA, it's McGregor McCants that's doing the writing or is quoted in there. He was hired to replace Lou Hatter. This is when the paper was sold right about the time Media General was selling the paper. To Warren Buffett's outfit. And McGregor McCants was the business editor of the Roanoke Times. And he took a job from business editor of the Roanoke Times to managing editor of the Daily Progress to replace Lou Hatter, who went and took a job with the Virginia Department of Transportation as a spokesman. Lou Hatter was the quintessential OG managing editor. Button-down shirt, sleeves rolled up around his elbow, tie at half mask. He had a mustache, like a bushy mustache, like a cowboy. Always had a pencil in his ear like this, Lou Hatter. Always was pounding coffee and was burning the midnight oil, editing headlines, planning stories, planning content budgets. Fantastic bosses, Lou Hatter and McGregor McCants. And Neil Williamson, a couple of other points. He says, yes, size, the number of colors can be regulated. Please see the Free Enterprise Forum's Eye of the Beholder report in regards to Albemarle's ARB restrictions, and he shares a link on my Facebook page. So if you want to learn about the Eye of the Beholder report at the Free Enterprise Forum, he shares a link in the comment section of my personal Facebook page. Roger Voisinay, hello. Philip Dow, hello. I want Dirty Aces to do well.
Yeah.
I want it to do well. I hope it does well. It's the antithesis outside of food and beverage of Moose's by the Creek. Moose's by the Creek, you would call it a greasy spoon for all. Family-friendly greasy spoon.
Yeah.
Isn't that how you would describe it?
Yeah.
Family-friendly greasy spoon.
Yeah.
I don't know if my wife is going to allow me to bring my 7-year-old and our 2.5-year-old to Dirty Aces.
May have to check it out beforehand.
But I do want them to do well.
I mean, it's a bar and grill. But
Is this Charlottesville's version of Hooters?
could be. I'd have to go and check it out.
A very curious tagline, Hooters. Our wings are good, but our breasts are the best. A direct description of their fried chicken that they serve with some innuendo,
Yeah.
as you know. Dirty Aces. We featured you on the show. We see you watching the program. Next headline. What do you got, Judah Wicker? Logan Wells Claylow, hello.
Let's see. We've got new Albemarle GIS now live.
Thank goodness gracious. The Albemarle GIS is back up and running.
With a
new look.
A facelift.
And you know the best aspect of the facelift GIS?
I do know.
And Logan Wells Claylow and Rob Neal put this on my radar late last week.
Mm-hmm.
This just went live, the Albemarle GIS, guys, within the last 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
My favorite aspect of the newly revamped GIS is it's mobile responsive.
Yeah.
The old GIS you could not use on mobile very well. It was extremely clunky on mobile.
I also heard it's zoomable. The map is zoomable.
Yep.
And there's a wealth of new information that wasn't available before.
That's right. The Albemarle GIS is up after a ransomware attack crippled Albemarle County and exposed potentially the private information, the data, the addresses, the social security numbers, the birthdays of 112,000 of Albemarle County's 115,000 citizens. Specifically, and most concerning, its teachers and its county officials, county employees.
Yeah.
Terrible situation. Next headline. What do you got, Judah Wicker?
We've gone over this a little bit. UVA charging employers $500 for athlete job fair.
Holly Foster, hello. Welcome to the broadcast. She says she watches and listens to YouTube. Better reception. I'm quite confident that YouTube has the best setup for the show. It is a video platform.
Yeah.
All the social media platforms we're streaming on accommodate video, but they're not video first. They're social media first. Mm-hmm. YouTube is video first. It is the most consistent streaming platform for the I Love CVille show. Please subscribe to our channel. Search the I Love CVille Network and hit subscribe. And then make sure you click the bell so you get notified every time we go on air. Holly Foster says the Myrtle Beach of the North Charlottesville now has a gentleman's club. What'd she say? The Myrtle Beach of the North. Oh, she says Charlottesville. The Myrtle Beach of the North, Charlottesville now has a gentleman's club, and she gives the icky face.
I don't know if it really is, but
I don't think this is a gentleman's club. I think this is a potential version of Hooters. Is what my guess would be. Is what it is.
Interesting. Well, somebody's going to have to go check it out.
I think it's a. Can we task you with checking it out?
I guess I could. What are the hours?
Well, it's a bar and grill.
Yeah.
Can we task you with checking it out?
I can check it out.
If I said to my wife, sweetheart, I need to do some reconnaissance for the show. I need to go to Dirty Aces. She's going to be like, oh, you do, huh? Is that right, honey? That's what she said. Dirty Aces Bar and Grill, opening soon is what it says on Facebook. Convert the Facebook page from a friend or human page, Dirty Aces, to a business page, please.
Yeah.
Please. $500. Put the lower third on screen. All right. I look. The University of Virginia. Its brand is. How do you characterize it?
UVA's brand, beleaguered.
Beleaguered. That's great. Beleaguered. So everything it does, as its brand is beleaguered, triple murder, failure to report the report, or release the report of the triple murder.
Yeah.
UVA
Heavy
Health
redaction.
System alleged white-collar racketeering, most concerning, fraudulent billing, allegedly, medical chart changing, allegedly, to maintain performance rankings,
Yep.
pepper spraying, pro-Palestine, protest, militarizing the police, pepper spraying students, bullying, racism, DEI bloat on the payroll.
There was the interrogation techniques used on
A fraternity member
yeah.
about hazing
Yeah.
with a dean treating a student as if he was a common criminal. Ryan's resignation, Craig Kent's resignation, Kibbe quitting, Horton quitting. Rampant cheating at the Darden School, so significant that an investigation found it and said, good God, we can't touch this now. Let's just let the cheating continue.
Let's start having all the tests written.
Football coach, the last 3 years, the worst overall record of any of the power football teams in all of America. Tony Bennett resigns. Brian O'Connor leaves for a new job. The men's lacrosse team finishes with a sub 500 record. Scott Stadium at best, 50% capacity. It's beleaguered. That's a great word, beleaguered. So everything the University of Virginia does should be strategic as it applies to its brand. And what I find so far from strategic and forward-thinking is charging small business owners in Charlottesville, small business owners in Albemarle, and small business owners in Central Virginia a gatekeeper tax to mingle with student athletes over potential internship positions and part-time positions.
Yeah.
And UVA is hosting a job fair for student athletes. And according to Conan Owen, the CEO and owner of Sir Speedy of Central Virginia, if he were to attend this job fair, he'd have to fork over $500 of his own money just to get in the door.
Yeah.
That ain't cool. That's out of touch. And it's out of touch with when your brand is beleaguered at best.
And does the most harm to the students it's trying to help.
100%. It's an exploitation of the student athlete. They're exploiting the student athlete. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Commoditizing the student athlete. Monetizing the student athlete.
Yeah. Pay us money for a chance to potentially
To meet these people.
woo one of these athletes
To
your
meet
business.
these people. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
It's a shame.
Bill McChesney watching the program. Let's get William's photo on screen. I work for Ryko Kitchen and Bath next to Floor Fashions. All the businesses in that building had to change their lighted signs on the front of the building from colorful to a black background to white outline letters because of the view shed of Monticello. Did not know that, William. Thank you for sharing that, sir. Love when you share comments. All the viewers and listeners, we love when you share comments. Sincerely mean that. I'll close with this. If you need office space in Charlottesville, Albemarle, Central Virginia, Erin King, A, wants to go with you to Dirty Aces. She said she'll go with you. Erin King is one of the best operators of a business in Central Virginia, period. Erin King is our friend of the program. Love Erin King. She says if you need a friend to go with you, Erin King will go with you to Dirty Aces. I want to go to Dirty Aces so bad. I want to go to Dirty Aces, Erin.
We need to know when it's opening.
I want to go to Dirty Aces too.
If somebody's got the
I want to go to Dirty Aces.
got the inside scoop, when are the doors officially opening?
Jaeger bombs and cold beers and chicken wings and scantily clad women?
And one-armed bandits.
What do you mean one-armed bandits?
I mean, look at the sign.
The Fugitive?
And look at the sign.
The Fugitive is in Dirty Aces? What? Show me the sign. One-armed bandit. I didn't see that. I didn't get past
You're on the Facebook page, right?
I didn't get past the what? There's a one-armed bandit? Show me. You got the photo back on screen?
No, I mean, I doubt it's...
Where's the one-armed bandit in this Facebook page?
Go to the second post that's got just the banner. Look,
I am looking at the second post.
All across the bottom of it are are coin-operated machines.
Oh, you're calling coin-operated machines one-armed bandits.
Yeah, that's
I've never heard that description ever in my life. I thought you were talking about the guy
Really?
from The Fugitive. The guy from The
I
Fugitive.
know you love that movie, but come on, you've never heard?
No, slot machines is
slot
one-armed
machine?
bandit. Have you, viewers and listeners? I've never heard that. The slot machine, it makes sense as a one-armed bandit. Yeah, there's slot machines all over the signage.
it's an
It's
old
clearly Hooters with slot machines, right?
Yeah, looks
Is that
way.
what it looks like to you?
I mean, that's best guess based on limited information.
The branding.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. If you need office space in Charlottesville, reach out to us. We have more in our purview than anyone, ladies and gentlemen. Anywhere from $350 a month to $1,500 a month. Office space. Furnished, unfurnished, utilities covered, some uncovered. We can help find the best office space for you. Check out Charlottesville Business Brokers, or you know how to contact me. DM, email, phone call, text message, we're everywhere. Judah Wickhauer is on point today. It's the Monday edition of the I Love CVille Show. Judah Wickhauer, Jerry Miller, thank you kindly for joining us.